in a previous episode, we started this way with Tim Ream, and I thought it would be a really nice way to start this one as well. I was wondering, what is your earliest World Cup memory?
I'd say Spain against the Netherlands in the final. I think it was 2010.
Yeah.
So I was 7. That's kind of the earliest I remember, like clearly, like watching that game and being like so amazed, like World Cup final in extra time and seeing a game winner like that was my first like real memory of the World Cup.
That was a really good one.
Yeah.
I feel like that Spanish team is iconic. And fun fact, I was actually there.
Really?
Yeah, and I was in South Africa. I was hanging out with my friend. We were like, we're going to the World Cup. We're going to do this. And U.S. Soccer obviously didn't advance to the finals. So there was these extra tickets through U.S. Soccer that they were like, yeah, you can have them. And we ended up being like 20 rows back on midfield.
During the final?
During the final.
That's amazing.
It was one of the coolest
one.
soccer memories that I have ever had.
That's such like an iconic moment. That's probably like the most memorable World Cup winner, really.
Oh, totally. And I feel like there was just so many good players there to watch and learn from, which makes me kind of curious. Who were your heroes growing up? Like, who did you want to be?
So I'm a Liverpool fan, so I think Steven Gerrard was always my number one player. Like, I looked up to just like his work ethic, like his quality on the ball, even what he did off the ball. But I think everyone around my age will probably say Messi too. That's kind of, he's the best player I've ever seen, and I had the honor of playing against him, which is really cool. Didn't win that game, but no, it's a cool thing, like saying I've been able to play against my idol.
That is really cool. Now, you got called into the men's national team for the first time at age 20. I was 22, so you beat me by a few years. But I wanted to know, what was the biggest difference for you stepping on the field the first time with the senior team?
Yeah, I think probably the first time was just like kind of the weight of the jersey, you know, like it's just the men's team. I think I played all the age groups leading up to that, youth, go all the way to Olympics, but I think when you finally do it for the senior team, it's just different. I think putting on the jersey, stepping on the field, and playing with the group of players that are here, it's just another level and another speed you have to take your game to.
Now, when you first came into camp, in the first camp or in the couple after that, was there a player or a few players that made you feel comfortable and took you under their wing, and what did they say to you?
Yeah, there's definitely been, there's a lot, obviously. I think Tim Ream here, I've kind of been with him for a couple of camps now. He's a leader for not just me, but for everyone here. He's kind of always helping out, especially off the field, making us feel comfortable. I think Walker Zimmerman is another one who's the same. He's such a good guy off the field, always helping on the field. So I think those are kind of the two main ones for me.
That's amazing. I remember in my first camp, it was in China, which was wild because it's just such a different culture, and I was already so stressed. And I don't know if you can tell, I'm a bit of a chatterbox, but when I was at my first camp, I did not say a word.
Yeah.
And I was so nervous, but I remember there was this one player, Lori Lindsay, and she used to sit next to me on the bus and made a point of coming to sit next to me on the bus.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And was like, we didn't really even talk, but she totally changed the course of my time with the national team.
Yeah.
And I just feel like there's something to be said about those senior players that step up and do that for you.
Yeah, it helps so much because you come in, you're like the young guy, the new guy, and everyone's kind of been here, has friends already, so they're in like their groups. But to have a player like who steps out of their group and comes and helps you, it's huge.
Yeah, speaking of like senior players or anybody in general, what is the best advice that you've been given about your career?
My dad always told me this growing up, like that hard work beats talent if talent doesn't work hard. That's kind of what I have to live by, because I think I've been talented, but without hard work, I don't think I would make it where I am now, especially. I know I'm still young and I have a lot more I can do, but I think without any hard work, I definitely wouldn't be here.
Totally. And I hope you don't mind, but I have, as a senior player, I feel like I have a little bit of room to give you advice. So here's my sage wisdom: sunscreen. Wear it, reapply, and get the good stuff. And if you need recommendations, I'll hit you up.
Especially living in Houston now, I need the best. It's different there, and I got cheap Irish skin.
Oh, no. I was telling my producer earlier, I was like, did you know that the FDA actually hasn't approved new sunscreen filters since 2001? So the technology from the sunscreen in the United States is way behind. So the stuff from Korea and Japan is actually like light years ahead of what we have here. So I'm thinking that maybe instead of trading jerseys, that you could trade sunscreen.
I would love to. I'd love to. Anything that guy could help me living in Houston. I mean, it's the heat there is different, so I need that.
It's just so different. Oh my gosh.
Bank of America is proud to be the official bank of U.S. Soccer, driving a positive impact in the game and in communities all across the country, helping turn possibilities into achievements and lifting fans, stadiums, and cities to their feet. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, official bank of U.S. Soccer. Bank of America, N.A., member FDIC.
So if you make this team, fingers crossed, for the World Cup, it's going to be in the United States, and you will be playing in front of your friends and family and your fellow Americans. How would that feel for you?
I'd say that's probably the number one thing you could ever ask for. I think definitely as a kid growing up, playing in a World Cup's the number one goal. I think it's the biggest sporting event ever, and to have it here in America, to be able to play in front of my friends and family, I think they all seen the work I've put in, and fingers crossed I make that roster. I'm going to do everything I can to do so. And if I do get the chance to play, I'm just going to give my all for the whole country.
I love that. Well, fingers crossed for you, and I'm very excited to see how this goes. But you could have actually been playing for a different team, a different country, the Republic of Ireland. Tell me how the debate in the McGlynn household went.
I don't think there was a debate really. I talked a lot with the Irish coaches, all the federation, for a couple of years now, leading up to when I made my choice. I got called into there a couple times, but I turned them down, whether it was the club turning it down or me just not ready to make that switch. But for me, I always felt American. I know my dad's from Ireland, most of my family's from Ireland, and they probably don't want me saying that, but yeah, I've always felt American. I'm a New Yorker, so I was never really a choice for me. I always wanted to play for America.
I love that you mentioned that you're a New Yorker, and we will be talking about that. But first, I wanted to talk about your first goal in Team USA jersey. The ball went out to the wing. It was kind of a cut back to you.
Yeah.
You played it onto your magic left foot, as Ale Bedoya calls it, and absolutely crushed it near post from 25 yards out. How did that feel? What did it mean to you?
That's probably my number one moment in my career so far. I think scoring for your national team at the senior level is not something everyone can say they've done. So to do it, especially at a young age, and a goal like that was special. I think when I saw the ball at my feet, I'm like, there's no way I'm not shooting this. I know what I can do. So I'm just so happy it went in.
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. And you could see the joy on your face.
Yeah.